Today, I am ranking every single character death inside of Star Wars, going from a tier list from S to F, S being the best and F being the worst. And we have a section here for Order 66 that's pretty much self-explanatory. But with them three out the way, we have every single character known to man that has died inside of Star Wars. So, starting off with Clone 99. Now, he died in the Battle of Kamino trying to save the ones he loved, his brothers. And unfortunately, the Separatists shot him, and unfortunately, he died. He is going to be our first A tier so far. I'm going to just go and put this one here because I don't like her. Anyway, I'm pretty sure... No, that's Eth Koth. Eth Koth died to Darth Vader in the comics. He sent 2 Inquisitors to go kill him, but they did not do the job, so Darth Vader decided to kill him, and that was the end of Eth Koth. Now, going on with the comics, he actually died in a pretty heroic way, trying to protect his daughter, but unfortunately, the Inquisitors got his daughter, so I'm going to put him in B tier. Next, we have Boba Fett. Now, Boba Fett's not fully dead yet, but if we're talking about the original trilogy, when Luke Skywalker knocked him into the Sarlacc pit, then we're going to count that as a death. And that was pretty cool, so we're going to go and put him in B tier. Now, the way Cad Bane died in the Book of Boba Fett, this man is one of the best bounty hunters out there in the galaxy, and yet he died to an old bounty hunter named Boba Fett. How in the world? Boba Fett got his good old Tusken Raider staff that he got from his family of the Tusken Raiders, and he just stabbed him in his respiratory system, and that was the end of Cad Bane. How in the world does that even happen? He could have stopped that, but nope, he kind of just let it happen somehow. So, C tier, because of who Cad Bane is, but definitely not a way to go out, I will say. Next, we have Captain Phasma. I believe Finn killed her in The Last Jedi. It's in The Last Jedi, so I'm going to put an E. Count Dooku. Now, Anakin decapitated Count Dooku in Episode 3, right before everything collapsed. But this was at the end of the Separatist battle, and Anakin versus Count Dooku, and Anakin decapitated his head off. B tier. Next, we have Darth Maul. Now, which death are we talking about with Darth Maul? Are we talking about how Obi-Wan killed him in Rebels, or are we talking about in The Phantom Menace? I'm going to count how Obi-Wan killed him in Rebels. Now, in Rebels, Obi-Wan used Qui-Gon's form to go and kill Darth Maul. Darth Maul saw that, rushed him, and was tricked by the fact he knew Qui-Gon's form, so he rushed him, but Obi-Wan swapped to his new form that Darth Maul doesn't know about, and so Obi-Wan killed him right in the chest. Next, we have Darth Vader. Definitely our first S-tier death. The way Luke Skywalker took off his helmet and Darth Vader said, "I love you," and his sister. Definitely a way of going out. Now, I believe this is Fives, another S-tier character, right behind Darth Vader. The Red Troopers going and shooting him because Fives knew way too much. And if Fives just told the Jedi about Order 66, the whole thing would have been prevented and the Jedi would have been fine. But Palpatine told the troopers to go kill him, unfortunately. Next, we have General Grievous. Now, it makes sense, just like Darth Maul. Obi-Wan loves him and loves Darth Maul. They both have a history together throughout the Clone Wars and just a little bit before the Empire rises. General Grievous, I'm going to go and put him in B tier. The fight definitely did drag on a little bit, but Obi-Wan just shot him in the chest, and he's dead just like that. Next, we have General Hux. Now, he got decapitated by the First Order because he was a double agent telling the Resistance about what is going to come in The Rise of Skywalker, but unfortunately, well, the First Order caught up to him, and they killed him for treason. So, it's in the sequel trilogy, so I'm going to just put him there, because I never really liked him besides his chant that he had about Hitler in The Force Awakens. So, yeah. The Grand Inquisitors. Kanan Jarrus killed the Grand Inquisitor. Definitely an A-tier way of going out. Because them two have had definitely quite a bit of a past together. But whenever Kanan saw Grand Inquisitor go and attempt to kill Ezra falling off, and Kanan saw the Grand Inquisitor, he said he has no fear, and that was the last thing he should have done. And he used all of his power to go and kill the Grand Inquisitor. Now we have these two. This kind of just goes off of who shot first, and Greedo died because of Han Solo, and we'll put him in a D tier. It was very fast death, but whatever. Next, we have Han Solo. Now, the way Han Solo died in The Force Awakens when Kylo Ren stabbed him right in the chest, I put him in C tier because of who Han Solo is, but it's whatever, honestly. It was definitely sad seeing it in theaters for the first time whenever Kylo Ren just stabbed him right in the chest, seeing his father one last time, and just like that. Next, we have Boba Fett. The way Mace Windu was so ruthless and just decapitated the man in the Battle of Geonosis, and that was it. He's deader than a doornail. He ain't getting up anytime soon. So, cool. Really of a way of going out for sure, because you don't ever mess with Mace Windu. That's for sure. And yeah, that's just a way of saying it. Kanan, though. S tier. I'm gonna go and put him right in front of Darth Vader. Now, I'm going, every time I see his death in Rebels, because I've watched it about 3 times and probably many more than that, it's definitely sad way of seeing how he went out, unfortunately. It was really sad. Very, very sad. I get emotional every time I see it. The way his blindness is gone and he saw his family one last time right before he was one with the Force, and Force pushing the helicopter that had every single one of them on there, pushing them away. That way he could save them and take a sacrifice for the team is definitely a way of going out. Gets me every time. Especially, yeah. Yeah. Definitely a way going out, that's for sure. Next, we have Kit Fisto. Now, the second longest Jedi to stand up to Palpatine, and then Palpatine killing him in about 10 seconds because Kit Fisto was caught off guard since he uses Form 1. Now, Kit Fisto being one of the most powerful Jedi in the Order and in the Council just dies in 10 seconds from Palpatine. I'm going to put him right into B tier. Now, next we have Kylo Ren. Didn't he just die because he literally gave his life force to Rey just so she could live? So Kylo Ren just, yeah, D tier, whatever. Next, we have the 2 Skywalkers, Leia and Luke Skywalker. Now, I'm going to just go and put Leia in A tier because the way she died. Luke Skywalker, D tier. I was going to put him in F tier, but E tier. Now, Luke Skywalker, being one of the most powerful Jedi in the galaxy, right before The Force Awakens and just right before Disney just ruined his character, he was the most hopeful Jedi out there. He wanted to rebuild the Jedi Order and give the Jedi a second chance. But no, ever since he trained Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren,
a few moments later,
his Jedi Order, and all of a sudden, he's just in the galaxy rebuilding the Jedi Order. It's all because Kylo Ren, the one who wants to be Sith and be like his father, and wants to follow inside his footsteps. But no, of course not. Luke's just going to go exile himself and rebuild the Jedi Order because he wants to. And right, that's why Luke Skywalker says, and it's all just
2 hours later,
how does it make sense that Luke Skywalker has so much hope to rebuild the Jedi Order, and then it just falls like that because Kylo Ren wants to be Sith and destroys and sets his Jedi Order on fire?
2,000 years later.
Now that I had to get that out of my system. We have Mace Windu, Palpatine force lightning him straight out the window, and he is dead. Is he dead, though? That's the question. I would honestly like to see a return of him inside of some type of little short series or something. That would be cool to see Mace Windu's return in the galaxy. But the way he died, I'm going to go and put him in B tier. The Lasting Jedi against Palpatine, and then Palpatine just shot him right out the window. This one's definitely a sad one to see. Padme Amidala, people. She died not because of childbirth. She died because Anakin turned to the dark side of the Force, and she lost the one she loved to the dark side. S tier. We're putting her death in S tier. Anyway, now we have Darth Sidious. Which death are we talking about? Are we talking about the Rise of Skywalker, or are we talking about the Return of the Jedi? Because I'm going to hope and pray to God that we are talking about the Return of the Jedi. I'm not even going to count the Rise of Skywalker because Rey all of a sudden just builds up to be one of the most powerful Jedi all of a sudden and then just goes on to kill Palpatine. How? How does that even make sense? Now, the way it should have been in Return of the Jedi is that Darth Vader threw him into the reactor shaft, and that was the end of him. And we saw the return of Anakin Skywalker. I'm going to go and put his death in A tier. Next, we have Qui-Gon Jinn. Seeing this, I actually saw this in theaters on May the 4th, and it was very sad seeing it in theaters, actually. The way Darth Maul just stabbed him in the chest, and that was the end of Qui-Gon. Now, if he was still alive, this whole timeline would have probably never happened, and the Jedi would have probably lived happily ever after. S tier. 100% S tier way. It was very sad. We have Anakin's mom. She died to the Tusken Raiders, and Anakin went on to kill all of the Tusken Raiders. Okay, this is where I'm going to get emotional again. Very emotional. Tech. I'm going to go and put him right in front of everyone. Plan 99. Now, he wanted to execute Plan 99 to save his family, the ones he loved, to get back on that railway just so they could escape the Empire and just so they can get the information to Tantus, which wasn't really there at all. But yeah, Tech wanted to sacrifice himself to save his family and use Plan 99. Whew, just to get them back to safety. Ah, gosh. Now we have Tup. Tup died from a medical condition. No, it really wasn't. He died from the Caminos trying to hide Order 66, so A tier. Yoda died from old age. That's just what he died from. He died from being 900 years old. It was definitely sad seeing the way he went out, but it happens. S tier. He died when Order 66 was executed and Yoda decapitated his head off. So I'm going to go and put him in C tier. And there we go. There's all the characters that have died inside of Star Wars and what they mean to me. So bye.